can imagine the future of mankind would reproduce in this way? A robot randomly selects an embryo and put it in a nutrient solution, and after just 24 hours, a healthy baby is born. It's the only human on Earth. The robot dries her carefully and wraps her in a towel. It uses itself as a holding tank while a lullaby plays, and so the baby sleeps in the arms of steel. She sleeps peacefully. She grows up day by day, from babbling to toddler, to the age of running and jumping. One day, when the girl began to think about her own existence, she asked her robot mother, why is she the only human on Earth? The mother machine saw this day coming. It took her to the embryo storage room, telling her when it has produced a perfect human being, it would awaken all the embryos to perpetuate the human race. The girl is brought up to be morally, intellectually, physically, and aesthetically perfect. She is the perfect human being that her mother wants to raise. When she reaches the age of independent thinking, morality and ethics become the most important lessons. Mother Robot tells her, it is the selfishness and greed of human beings. It is the selfishness and greed of human beings that have led to the degradation of the Earth's environment and the extinction of the race. The girl was convinced of this, until one night, the base suddenly lost power. The girl was scared. She went to find the machine mother, but it was also asleep because of the power outage. Little did the girl know, it was the absence of the machine's mother. She was able to find the mouse that smelled in from outside. She looked at it. A feeling of happiness came over her. It was as alive as she was. After the power was restored, the girl took it and questioned the machine's mother. Didn't she say that there was no life in the outside world? The machine mother did not explain. Put the mouse directly into the churning oven. In less than a second, a little life is gone, and it only gave the girl a frivolous explanation. The mouse had a virus. It's all for your own good. The machine's mother didn't know. She had a crisis of confidence in it. She felt that the world outside wasn't as unpopulated as it said. So late at night, the girl went to the base gate. To her surprise, outside, there was a cry for help from the humans. This is the first heard her cry for help. She triggered the fire alarm. That's what drew the robot away. The girl and the woman took the opportunity to reunite and escape from the base. They walked in the mist for an unknown period of time. Suddenly a huge flying machine appeared in the sky. It seemed to be coming for them. They ran wildly into the cornfield. The strong air currents almost sucked them up. When the crisis was temporarily lifted, the two continued on their way. They crossed the endless cornfields, through bare plains, deserted towns. Finally, they came to the sea. A huge liner tilted on the sea, decrepit and intimidating. The woman's so-called home is just a section of container. The girl rested for a while. Then she told the woman to find help and fight her way back to base. At this point, the woman confessed that she had lied to her. There was no rescue here. The others were all killed and she was the only one left. She was afraid that the girl would not go with her, so she lied. The angry girl slapped her in the face. She just calmly advised the girl. She only advised her calmly that she would not do anything for herself. The girl still went away. She was the fool who didn't do it for herself. When the girl appeared alone at the entrance of the base, hundreds of robots aimed at her at the same time. She said she wanted to see her mother. They moved out of the way, as if they were welcoming her home. The first thing the girl did upon her return, the first thing the girl does when she gets back, is to find the baby she picked out by hand. The mother is holding him. For the first time, mother and daughter face each other in a tense confrontation. The girl asks why it is incinerating so many children. The mother explains, because they are not perfect. The perfect human being must be both intelligent and moral, so that they don't attack each other, leading to the extinction of the race. The girl understands. For so many years, she has been a sample of precise consideration. Every exam was a matter of life and death. But if she failed once, the Chua furnace is where she belongs. For the robot, it's a programmed sample selection. It's not about cruelty. The girl said she wanted to hold the baby. The robot mother didn't refuse. When she took the hand, she immediately pointed the gun at it. On the mother who raised her to adulthood. The robots outside began to melt through the door and prepare to enter. The girl calls to the mother robot to order them to stop. That's when the mother told the final truth.
This will be difficult for you, but I'm far more than what you perceive to be your mother.
What are you saying?
A single consciousness, governing numerous vessels. It was I who greeted you at the door, daughter.
Machine mother killed all the human specimens it deemed imperfect, leaving the woman alone. She was allowed to break into the base. She was allowed to lead the girl to the terrible truth, and let the two of them leave the base. So every step from the beginning to the end was all calculated by the machine's mother. This was the final step in its quest to create the perfect human. The girl lived up to its expectations, risking her life. She came back to save this baby she'd never met. The only thing it hadn't considered was the cruelty of the plan to the girl.
All those people.
The failure of your species was inevitable.
Machine's mother knew that the girl could no longer face it as a repellent, so she turned the girl's gun to her own CPU.
Goodbye, daughter.
Outside the base, the other drive of the machine's mother came to the woman's house. She had no more use for her. It's time to end the life she never should have started. From now on, the world, there are only two humans, the girl and the baby. From the initial confrontation and escape to the final peace and acceptance, the girl took over the baton from the robot mother. Continue to raise the next perfect human being. This examination of human motherhood, she will complete it with more humanity and warmth than it. She is alone, nurturing the future of all humanity, with despair and with hope.